Oh. Hello again. Welcome to this little like random Q&A video that I've put together. Once again, before I do start answering all your lovely questions, I just want to take another moment to say thank you so much. The response to my last video was really overwhelming, and I didn't really expect to get so many questions. I wasn't sure if anyone would even really be that bothered, I don't know. It was really nice for me to look down in the comments and see there was actually quite a lot to go through. And there was just like so many really lovely comments from people, and it made me feel really good about myself, and it was really nice. And got loads of new subs as well, which is bloody awesome. You're all so bloody lovely, and you should all give yourself a big firm pat on the back. So yeah, thank you so much. So there is quite a few questions to go through. I've tried to answer as many of them as I can, so sorry if I don't get through all of them. Also, there was quite a few questions that were quite similar, so I've kind of grouped those ones together so I can sort of credit as many of you as possible, I guess. All right, so anyway, let's crack on with the questions, eh? So, first question. Oh, so this one, this question, a lot of people sort of asked this in various ways. There was a lot of questions that were like, what? You're not a professional actor? Is this your first acting job? There's no way you're not a professional actor, right? I had a lot of those questions. Basically, yes, no, I am a professional trained actor. That is what my main gig is. I've been working as an actor for over 10 years. I started training when I was 16, and I think I started working from about the age of 19. The YouTube thing is actually quite new, really. I basically started this YouTube channel at the beginning of the COVID-19 lockdown in the UK because the theatre industry and everything was shut down, and there wasn't a lot for actors and stuff to do. So I had been thinking for a while it'd be nice to start a little YouTube, like a gaming channel, because I love video games and stuff. And so I just thought, why not? You know, just start it. I had all the time, and I was getting furlough, so that paid for a lot of the equipment. But yeah, like I said, I am very much an actor. That is like what my main passion is. It's what I've been doing for most of my life. And yeah, YouTube is just something I kind of do more on the side. It'd be cool if I could turn it into a full-time job. We'll see. Next question is, how long did you have to prepare for this role? Honestly, I didn't have really that long. I had about 10 days in total, I think it was. Like 10 days to properly go over the script and like learn everything. It was all pretty fast. I was asked if I wanted to be involved in it a little while before, but I didn't really know to what extent I'd be involved and what exactly I'd be doing. All I knew is that I would be doing Abby's old philosophy tube persona. That was all I kind of knew. And then when I got the script, I saw all this text and I was like, huh? You know, I realised then I'd actually be on screen quite a lot. And I did have a little bit of a panic actually, because I only had 10 days. But on that note, we lead to the next question, which is, how did you prepare for the role? So, as I said, I did know about the project a little bit before, but I didn't really know what my involvement would be. I just knew I'd be doing old philosophy tube stuff. So I went and watched a few videos to check out sort of the performance style, and just tried to sort of get a decent imitation down, but I really wanted to steer clear of like caricature over the top. This is obviously an impression, so I tried to kind of keep it on the subtle side. I didn't want to make it too like overly theatrical and look at me, I'm philosophy tube, and you know, like I'm not saying that's what Abby does at all, but I just didn't want to make a big thing of it. I wanted it to be kind of real and subtle and just, you know, like a real character essentially. So yeah, really a lot of the preparation had to come from just the text itself, and because also there was a lot of it to learn too. So yeah, in that way I didn't really have time for like full in-depth like deep psychological preparation, which I think a lot of people were expecting. I had to kind of just use kind of my own personal acting instincts, I guess, because there was no rehearsals. There was nothing before. It was literally just come in on the day, stand in front of the camera and do it. You know, it was just that. So I didn't really have a lot of time to really hone anything proper. I didn't know exactly what Abby would want either, so I had to sort of keep it in a way that I wasn't too overly precious or rigid about anything I was doing, and just in case that I went in and she would be like, I don't really like what you're doing, let's change it. That didn't happen, luckily, but also, yeah, I wanted to keep it kind of flexible as well. So your next question is, how many times did you have to film most of the segments? It's quite neat. That's an easy question. We filmed each segment around 3 or 4 times, most of them. We were on a quite strict time limit, so we had to be pretty quick so we could get in and out of the venue and stuff like that. So yeah, it was about three takes per section, I guess. Apart from there were a couple of one-take wonders, though. There were a few. There was a couple of takes where I would just do it, and Abby was like, "Yeah, perfect, next," and that was good. What is the next question? I've got 3 questions here from Jordan Cheney, which are: how involved were you in the production process itself? Were you aware of all the tricks used in most Philosophy Tube videos and added your own flair? And how involved was Abigail in directing you? Okay, so first of all, I wasn't really involved in the production process really that much. It was pretty much just, as I said, like, here's your script, come in on the day, stand in front of the camera, do it, go home. It was very much like that kind of thing. I didn't really get involved too much on anything behind the scenes really, other than that. In answer to your second question, I had watched quite a few of the Philosophy Tube videos in my preparation, so I had an idea of like the general style, if that answers your question. I don't really know about the tricks. I was more looking at, like I said, the sort of getting the impersonation sort of down and just the kind of general of the vibe of the video, rather than like picking out specific details and stuff, I guess. I hope that answers your question. And then, yeah, the third thing, Abby as a director, she was pretty involved, but she wasn't overbearing or anything like that. She kind of just left me to my own devices for a lot of it. She placed a lot of trust in me when I was doing, obviously, my preparation and stuff as well. She would step in on certain specific moments, or like maybe different lines, and just kind of give me suggestions on things, but it was never really anything that was like, can you do it this way or do this? It was kind of like, oh, why don't you try it like this kind of thing, you know? It was very chilled, very, very nice, relaxed vibe. It was great. It was lovely. Okay, so here's a pretty big question that a lot of people are asking. A lot of people ask this question. How did you nail the cadences and mannerisms so well? A lot of people were asking me about how I did the mannerisms and stuff like that. This is quite a hard one. This is quite a tough question, this one, because I don't really know if I have a good enough answer for it. I watched quite a lot of Abby's old videos to sort of check the delivery, but when it came down to like perfecting it, it just kind of came naturally. I think because I've been quite close friends with Abby for a while, I just sort of like knew how to do it. You know, like when you spend so much time with someone, you kind of just know them. You kind of just do impressions of them, I guess. Because yeah, we've been friends for quite a long time, and we've both worked together as actors too. So I know what her style is as well, and I'd seen Philosophy Tube, so I knew about that, like performance-wise. So it was quite easy for me to just kind of embody the mannerisms. And the vocal patterns and stuff like that. I've also got like a bit of a natural gift for impersonation generally. Like I've been known to sort of like take on and do impressions of like my friends and like people I know really well. So I've had a lot of practice doing that sort of thing as well, I guess. That's probably the best answer I've got for you really. What is next? Oh yeah, a couple of people are asking, how long have you known Abby, or, you know, where did you and Abby meet? So I did answer this question briefly on Twitter, but I'll give you sort of a more in-depth version of the story here. So about 5 years ago, I was doing a play in London, which Abby was invited to see by the director, and we were briefly introduced after the show, and we had a beer and we had a chat, and it was just, you know, just chill. We just got on. It was kind of like fast friends. Like we just got on really well. We had a good chat. Anyway, a couple of months later, this same director who directed the show I was doing put together these acting workshops, and he invited loads of different actors that he knew, and myself and Abby were invited to do these workshops. And we did these workshops for, I think it was like over a year. We were doing these workshops like every Monday in a little space in North London. We would meet up every Monday, and we'd spend about 7 hours a day just like acting, and there was no like end goal. Like we weren't working towards a show. It would just be bring in bits of text and we just act, and that was kind of it. And yeah, it was really, really fun. And through doing that, myself and Abby, we worked together quite a lot in those workshops and just became really good friends. And, you know, we'd hang out in the pub and stuff together afterwards and stuff. We'd go do our workshops and we'd go hang out with all the rest of the other actors too. And we were in this really like lovely community of actors, and we all sort of went and saw each other's shows and supported each other and things like that. And it was really nice. And, you know, we'd go to like karaoke nights together and just, you know, drink. It was just good times. It was just good bloody times. What can I say? So we've known each other for a while just doing that and seeing each other's shows and stuff. But then last year, she actually cast me in her immersive production of Dracula. So we got to work together professionally as actors for the first time, which was really nice as well. That was really, really fun. I'm so gutted that we didn't get to do the show because it was going to be such a good show, and it was really going to be good. It was really going to be good. Hopefully there'll be a revival or something. That'd be cool. I don't know if there will be. We'll see. But anyway, that's sort of like the long version. Sorry, I waffled on quite a lot there. That's the long version of like how me and Abby met and sort of where we know each other from, basically. Okay, next question. How did you feel when Abigail asked you to do this performance? Honestly, honoured, but also like terrified. I was really, really thrilled when she asked me, and I think I said yes immediately. I think she was like, do you want to do it? Yes, I'll do it. I'll do it. It sounds awesome. Also, I'm not gonna lie, there was part of me that was like, fuck. I think because I knew it was going to be such an important video for Abby, I was really scared about like letting her down, messing up the video somehow. Especially as well because I knew that she had like this huge fan base, and I think I was just worried they'd all be like, who's this prick? Unsubscribe. Luckily, I was completely wrong about that, and you're all bloody lovely, so that's good. So yeah, I felt really good about it. Like I was really excited, but also I was quite scared. Next question. Did you train together? So we didn't train at the same drama school together or anything like that. But as I said, we did act together a lot in like those workshops and stuff. So I guess in that way, we did kind of train together-ish, but not in the official sense. We just sort of did some training together. Okay, so what's next? Since this video was the third in the Black Star series, did you use those other two heavy videos in particular as a guide for the performance, or was it all just your general experience with Abigail as a person? So fun fact here, I actually didn't even realise that the Black Star videos were a trilogy. I had watched them, but like very separately, so I didn't really make the connection that they were linked. It was only during filming that Abby said this would be the third video in the Black Star trilogy, and then I was like, okay. Yes, I did watch them in preparation, but just kind of as general research for the character. I didn't know that they were part of a trilogy because I'm a silly little boy. All right, next. How was it to act in front of Abby? Were you nervous or were you excited to portray a friend? Nah, I wasn't really nervous. We'd acted in front of each other quite a lot in the past, and we both like had worked against each other on some like pretty intense scenes, especially during Dracula as well. We did some really intense scenes together. So no, I wasn't really nervous of like acting opposite her or acting in front of her. I guess I was a little bit nervous of her seeing my portrayal of Philosophy Tube for the first time on the day we were filming, but she dispelled that fear like very quickly. She's a very lovely person to work with, so it was very nice. It was fine. Yeah, no nerves really. It was great. Okay, here's another question that quite a few people wanted to ask, and it's been a sort of a little bit of a topic of some sort of online theories of stuff too. Anyway, did you actually read the material that Abigail used in her script? So this one may disappoint some people. As I said, I've seen some theories sort of circulating on Twitter, but here's the truth. I was actually reading from the script. I was. Only for the bits where it looks like I'm reading from the script. I was sort of sight reading it, essentially. The big monologues I did have to learn off book, but basically when Abby gave me the script, she just sort of told me to concentrate on only learning the monologues. She was like, don't worry about the other segments too much. So I just sort of trusted that she had a plan with it. I guess I was a little bit nervous because I was like, well, what am I going to do? Are you going to have like an auto cue or something? I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, when I got there, she sort of explained the performance concept of it, and that's why she didn't mind me like reading from the script because it kind of fits with the theme of the video. And I was like, oh, okay, fair fair enough. But oh yeah, I was, in short, yes, I was reading from the script. Yes, that's right, yes. All right, next question. My question is, how did you deal with the psychological toll of filming? Do you know what? I think because we were on such like a short time limit when filming it, I honestly don't think there was enough time to be kind of emotional on the day about anything. It was all really fast paced and we needed to just kind of get through each bit because we were on a very strict time limit to get the whole video done in one sitting. There was a few moments, you know, where we kind of took a moment to kind of go, wow, that was, you know, that was really nice. But most of it was very much like, okay, cool. Next bit, next bit. But for me, I was just like, the crying came later when the video was released, I think. That's when at least I got a bit more choked about it, really. All right, next question. Your performance in Abigail's video was on a small stage in a lovely British pub. How did you find such a place that hadn't closed even before lockdown? Did it make you miss having a pint with your mates? Oh my f***ing God, yes it did. I miss pubs more than I miss almost anything else at the moment, I think. Pints with my mates is honestly one of my most favourite things ever. I love it. It was actually another reason why filming stuff was really nice too, because I was getting to hang out with not only Abby, but also Mambros who filmed the video. They're also, I know them very well, they're also good friends. So it was basically just like a group of friends hanging out in a pub, filming stuff, you know? It was really fun and really nice and chilled. But yes, it did very much make me miss sitting down and having a delicious pint with my friends, because I love sitting down with my friends and I love having delicious pints. Very much so. God, I miss delicious pints. Okay, next question. How did you make yourself look so much more like her in the video? Literally, all I did was shave my beard into a goatee, basically, and I was actually shocked at how easy it was, the transformation. Literally, all I did was just shave and leave this bit, basically. Next question. What's your favourite tea? Ooh, that's tough. It's either just standard English breakfast tea with like a tiny splash of milk, no sugar. If you're talking brands, I would prefer either Yorkshire tea or PG Tips, or I am actually quite partial to a lovely cup of Earl Grey with a slice of lemon if I'm feeling a bit fancy. All right, next question. Was the hand thing intentional? I mean, the way Abby kind of holds her fingers. Yes, that actually was intentional. I hope not to make it too obvious, because like I said earlier, I was trying to avoid like doing any kind of big caricature type things, but I am glad someone picked up on that. Yes, it was more of an active choice. Yes. Okay, what's next? Guessing that you are an actor, what is your favourite role that you've ever played? It's between two, I think. A couple of years ago, I did a play called Blood Red Moon, which was like a rootin' tootin' like Wild Western cowboy play. And in that, I got to play a character called Enoch Hill, who was a bastard, like an absolute bastard. I'm talking like a creepy, like domestically violent, horrible bastard. And it was just really fun to play like a horrible character. Although he was horrible and the subject matter was kind of awful at times, it was really fun to play. It was fun, which now probably makes me sound like an absolute psycho. The other role that I really enjoyed was from a new play called We Own Everything. It was a play about the Rothschilds and about the stock market crash that they caused in 1825. And in that, I played Mayor Amschel Rothschild, who was sort of like the old like godfather of the Rothschilds. Like he was the father of them all, bit of a gangster. And again, he was a bit of a bastard, and I really liked playing those characters. I guess just like really slimy.
I gave him like a kind of Donald Trump kind of voice like that, and it was really sort of sleazy. And
I think I just really like playing villains is what I've gathered from this. One of my dream roles would be like Iago in Othello, something like that. I'd love that. That'd be bloody good. All right, next question. What's your favourite Philosophy Tube video? My favourite one is actually it's Work or the 5 Jobs I Had Before YouTube. I really like that video. I just found that one particularly fascinating for me because as an actor, I myself have worked a lot of shitty side jobs over the years, and I just really related to it quite a lot. Also, it featured Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears, which is one of my favourite songs of all time. And also like a really lovely like ethereal version of it, which was really cool. All right, next question. Have you considered readopting the trimmed up facial hair long term? Why, yes, I have, actually. I decided to lay off the full beard for a while, actually. It's been quite nice sort of letting my face breathe. So I probably won't grow it any more than this, really. I'll keep it nice and trimmed down. Plus, my partner really likes it at the moment, so. All right, next question. What is your favourite game that had a piece of wisdom you took from it? Now, that's a good question. That's a very good question. That would be Final Fantasy IX. Hands down. The wisdom doesn't actually come from within the game itself. It's actually a quote from the menu screen, which is really weird, I know. But if you let the menu screen sit dormant for a little bit, loads of pictures of like the main characters from the game pop up, and they all have like individual quotes that will sort of relate to their character. The one that's always meant a lot to me in life is Zidane's quote, which is, you don't need a reason to help people. And that's something that I always try to sort of remember in life, and I try to put it in practice where I can. I think it's just like a very simple and important like message that a lot of people in the world could probably do with right now. You don't need a reason to help people. Like, you don't. Okay, next question. What kind of games are you thinking about getting into for your next vids? So for the next few vids, I was thinking to sort of ease myself back into everything. I'm going to keep it quite simple and maybe just kind of play some like horror games and stuff like that. Some games that I've been wanting to play for a little while anyway. I really enjoy like horror games, and they make for like good, well, for me anyway, they make for good reactions. I'm quite squealy. I'm not brave. I'm not very brave. Since like the drop of the Resident Evil Village trailer, I've been like really itching to play some like stuff like that. But I'll mix it up with some like other fun stuff too. I'm really keen to play Hollow Knight at the moment, because I've never played it, so I was going to do that as part of my Rhys has never played series. And there's like quite a few really cool suggestions that other people have said in the comments that I really want to check out too. So yeah, I change my mind like week to week and what I want to play, so it's just usually what I want to play at the time. But at the moment I've got a bit of an itch for horror, so probably expect some of that. Okay, so next question is, do you think having an audience that is now a big chunk of Philosophy Tube viewers will impact your channel's content? Do you see this as an opportunity or pressure to get more theatrical, political, philosophical? That is actually a very good question, to which the answer is yes and no. There's definitely a bit of pressure, because I know a lot of people have come here from Philosophy Tube, and I know not everyone is really super into gaming content, but everyone has been really supportive so far, and I've had a lot of comments saying like they do want to see more of this content from me, so it has given me some confidence that there are people that will want to genuinely watch my content and kind of want to hang out and see what I'm up to, which is really nice. In terms of sort of like politics and philosophy, you probably won't find too much of that here, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, just because that stuff isn't really my forte. There's other people out there who do that stuff a lot better than I do. It's something I'm interested in, but it's not something I feel like I could really talk about with confidence. You know, I'm very much like a learner rather than like a teacher. But I am quite theatrical. I can be anyway, especially in some of my reactions. I can be quite over the top. So yes, you can expect some theatrics, dear. You can expect that. Plus though, I will also sort of try and keep you guys up to date with when I am doing like real acting stuff too, like when theatres are back open again and stuff. Like I'll let you know if I'm doing any projects and if anyone wants to come down and see or whatever, you know, definitely, that'd be cool. I also like do want to somehow incorporate some more theatre stuff into the channel too at some point. I think it's finding the right time for it though, because at the moment it's quite hard with COVID-19 to kind of do anything. I kind of want to involve other people and bring other people in and kind of do some stuff like that. I don't know, maybe some more performance-based stuff. But I mean, like, I do have ideas. I've got lots of ideas going on, but just at the moment it's kind of hard to do them because of just the way the world is, really. But I have got ideas, yes. I've got some very theatrical ideas planned for the future. Don't worry about it. And lastly, final question. Will there be any more future collabs with Abby? So right now, there's nothing planned, I'll be honest, and Abby, hopefully you're watching this too. If she ever does ask me again, then yes, absolutely, 100%. I'd love to make another appearance on Philosophy Tube again sometime if Abby will allow me to. That would be amazing. Equally, once COVID's done and, you know, people can be in closer contact together again, I would love if I could get Abby on to play some games with me and stuff, because we've talked about that in the past before, about just hanging out and playing games and filming it and doing that kind of thing. So that's definitely something that I'd want to do at some point if she'd be down for it too. So there's nothing like definitely solidly on the cards or anything, but you know, we'll see. We are very good friends, so hopefully we will just get together and do something soon. And that's all the questions. That's all the questions that I've got. Sorry if I didn't get to all of your questions. There was just quite a lot of them, and I had to kind of cherry pick the ones that I thought were appropriate. If I didn't get to any of your questions, it's probably because I either didn't know exactly how to answer the question, or I felt like it wasn't really my place to answer the question. There was a few questions about Abby that I was like, I don't think I should be answering that question. That's not really for me to say. The other reason as well is it could be that your question was posted after I've already recorded this video. That's very much a possibility. Anyway, thank you so much again for stopping by and, you know, hanging out with me here in my room on YouTube. If you made it this far, then congratulations for making it through so much of my waffling. You're a bloody good egg, and I appreciate you quite a lot. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed making it. It was really like lovely and fun to like read through all the questions and like try and think about how to answer them and stuff, you know. I really do like this sort of chilled kind of hangout vibe kind of thing here, so I might do more of this stuff. So if you do like this kind of thing, I want to see more of it, give me a hell yeah in the comments, and I'll have a look and see how many people want it, and maybe I'll do it again. Anyway, I have been talking for far too long now. I'll have some lovely new gaming content out for you next week. So until next time, you bloody lovely lot, I'll see you in the next one, won't I? Goodbye, everybody. You're all bloody good eggs. Thanks for stopping by. I told you I'm really bad at signing out videos. How do I end it? Just keep waving. Keep waving. Ta-ta.